at the very end of the line and said nothing. His face darkened, and the system noted that he sympathized with the white warriors. While the men dug up the mountain, the brown-haired man noted that with the help of the stimulation mode, he found a way to avoid the flood, and now it was necessary to create conditions that would lead to a rift in the soil. He waved to the blonde man at the top of the mountain when he shouted that he was ready. The protagonist asked him if he saw the marks he had left for him. The knight replied that he saw them. Frowning, Lloyd waved his hand, giving a sign. He thought that even when they reached the desired level, the knight plunged his sword into the ground. An explosion followed. The trees shook for a long time. Then they began to break. Thick smoke could be seen from the lake in the distance. The guy thought that it seemed that they would not be able to cause any visible damage now, but it would be enough to destroy the dam. He and the knights lay down on the ground. The water on the lake was calm. After a few moments, it began to sway. The brown-haired man thought that very soon the royal storm would wake up from its sleep. Suddenly, the island in the middle was thrown up. Covering his head, the main character raised his frightened eyes. Huge eyes were visible under the water. Xavier, meanwhile, was hiding behind a tree. Blank, along with the others, was lying on the ground. The monster began to rise from the water. The giant beaver raised its paws and growled. Lloyd narrowed his eyes in confusion. The knights opened their mouths in shock. The blonde did the same, thinking that this was. Looking at the beaver, he thought it was just cute. The boy gritted his teeth, thinking that from the tone of his growl, he could sense that it meant something like he was angry. As he watched the beaver, he thought about how stylishly it reminded him of Peapodong, Hippo, and Belle, and that he didn't understand what they were saying either. He wondered if it was some kind of mystical creature. Frowning, the brown-haired boy thought that it wasn't a problem then, and if it was a real beaver, then he was pretty sure that his top priority would be to rebuild his home. The beaver turned its gaze to him. Then it turned around. Glaring at the protagonist, it muttered. The protagonist pressed himself to the ground, realizing that the beast was asking if they really thought he wouldn't notice them. The beaver muttered again, displeased. Lloyd's horrified face began